Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope everyone had a very happy New Year celebration. Now we come to the feast of the Epiphany of the Lord, the last of the 12 days of Christmas. And on this day, as I said at the beginning of Mass, we remember the revelation of Jesus as Savior of the world. All nations are called to walk in his light. How many magi visited Jesus? Can you tell me? How about one of you little ones? How many magi? How many kings? 3. Okay, how do we know there were 3? Trick question. The gospel doesn't say there were 3 magi. What did they say? There were 3 gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And so we assume that each gift was brought by a different king. And therefore we assume there are 3 kings. Their names have even come down to us: Casper, Melchior, and Balthazar. And when we do the Epiphany blessing above doorways, we put CMB along with the date of the year we've begun. But I want to talk about the gifts today, because these gifts were very symbolic, really, that the kings were inspired to bring. Now, gold is kind of obvious, right? They brought Jesus gold because they considered him to be a king. So a king needs gold. Then there's the frankincense, the incense. Now, why do you think they brought frankincense to this newborn baby? What did it say about who Jesus was? One, two, three. God. Okay? We use incense to honor God. And so they recognized that this newborn baby was in some way the Son of God. And finally, they brought probably the strangest of all the gifts, the myrrh. Myrrh was a very strongly scented, like tree sap almost, and it was used to anoint the bodies of the dead, to kind of cover up the smell. And so in bringing myrrh, they were recognizing that this king would in some way have a significant death. There would be something special about this child's death. And of course, we know that as Jesus died, he was Savior of the world. So gold, frankincense, and myrrh, they set the tone for all of the stewardship, the gift-giving that we do now. Isn't that right? We bring to the Lord our gold, don't we? I haven't found any gold coins in the collection lately, but the contributions that we make to the church, both financially and even more importantly in one way, the contribution of our time and our talents are gifts that we bring to the Lord. And so we're very grateful, especially for those who contribute their time and their talents to the celebration of the Mass. Our beautiful music, our servers, our readers, our deacon, our ushers, all those who decorated the church. Those are all different ways of bringing our gifts, our talents to the Lord. Singing. That's one thing you'll have to get used to. I like to sing, and I like to remind people to sing. You know, the voice that God gave you is His gift to you. You give it back to Him every Sunday, okay? And finally, the third gift, myrrh, represents our sufferings, our challenges, our disappointments, our sadness, the crosses we bear, all of those difficulties that we encounter, which we can offer up to the Lord. How many of you remember sisters in school teaching us to offer it up? You know? That's what they're talking about. When something is tough, when something is difficult, when something's just not pleasant to us, we can offer it up to the Lord in union with Christ's sacrifice on the cross, and so give it redemptive significance. So we all have something to give. The Lord asks us to be generous in our giving, our gold, our frankincense, and our myrrh. Frankincense, you know, the worship of God that we do, I forgot to highlight that. It's not just praying on Sunday, which is of course very important, coming to Mass, but it's all the prayers we do during the week. The different devotions. Maybe you pray the rosary, read the scriptures. Some people do the liturgy of the hours. Even the simple prayers we do before mealtime and before going to bed. Those are all gifts of frankincense, gifts of prayer we offer to the Lord. So we all have something to give. And the three kings remind us to bring these gifts to Jesus.